Hello, this is Mrs. Taylor, and I'm going to go over number 8 from your study guide for your exponential functions test. So it says the function f of x equals 3 times 1/2 to the x power was replaced with g of x equals f of x plus k, resulting in the function displayed in the graph. Write the equation that could represent the translated function g of x. So what they've told you is that this equation is, or this curve, is this equation, but translated. And so let's talk about what this equation might look like if I graphed it first. So if I, in my calculator, enter into y equals 3 times 1/2 to the x power, it would look like that. If I graph it, it looks like that. And that's not really enough information to compare it. So I'm going to go to the table and I'm going to sketch that curve on my paper. So I have -1, 6. So -1, 6. 0, 3, and then 1, 1.5, and then 2.75. So what I'm seeing here is that the original equation looked like that. And so the question is, write the equation that could represent the translated function g of x. And I said question. That's actually a statement. It should be a period there, not a question mark. But anyways, in order to do that, I need to know what the translation was. Well, if this is f of x, and then the line they gave, the curve they gave was g of x, well, g of x is translated, if I start at this point, it's translated, let's see, 1, 2, 3 places up. So that is what this plus k represents. Remember, we learned about the general form. We learned if I have y equals a times b, x minus h plus k, this k value out here translated your graph up or down. And comparing my f of x to g of x, it's a translation up 3 units. So that tells me that k would have equaled 3. So what I do with my task here to create the equation is I take my original equation and I add on a plus 3 to the end, because if you look, that's in the k's place. And this would be the equation for g of x. So that's how you would complete number 8.